everyone. Welcome to another edition of Timeless Tales. And today I have a treat for you because I will be doing my first ever author video. I was tagged by my good friend, author Heather Manning. These are her stories, swept to sea and carried home. They are historical, pirate, Christian fiction, very well written. I will be doing a review of them later. But she tagged me to do a questionnaire about Christian authors. So, which is going to be interesting because, well, I am a Christian and I am an author. My writing style is more generic young adult fantasy rather than actually inspirational. So we're going to see how well this goes, and it's going to be very interesting trying to answer some of these questions. This was started by the author Jenna Van Mourik, who wanted to just get the word out and hear from other Christian authors about their works and things like that. So, without further ado, let's get started. Question number 1. What does it mean to you to write Christian fiction? As I said, I don't write Christian fiction per se, at least not yet, but I do want all my stories to convey that same sense of messages and beliefs that I hold firmly. You know, basic good versus evil, triumph, and things like that. So if I ever do decide to write Christian fiction, it definitely would be, you know, bringing those messages to people, to that faith and, you know, that sort of thing. So, and question number 2, what is your book about? So, this is my book here. It's called The Pirate Princess. It's currently only available on Kindle, and I'm trying to get it without the glare. But it's about Renee, who is a princess, a crown princess, and grows up desiring to be more than just a pretty face and more than just a political pawn. And when tragedy strikes, she runs away from everything she's known and becomes a pirate to use her skills to try to help her people the only way she can. So that's a little bit about my book. Number 3, what are some books from Christian authors you've read? Okay, so I know I've only done a few reviews, but you'll soon find out that I have a lot of Christian authors I love. Heather Manning's one of them. Another one is my dear friend and writing partner, Emily Vantana. She has a great just past War of 1812 mystery series called The Phantom Knights. That is amazing. Let's see, there's also Mary Lou Tyndall, also writes historical pirate books. Karen Whittemire, Western. Christiane Hunter and Sarah Laud and Julie Klassen are Regency authors I like. Melanie Dickerson writes fairy tale retellings. Trying to think. Yeah, there's a lot that it's like, okay, so let me sort through and try to find the ones I like. Tamara Lee writes medieval. Jody Headland has a young adult medieval series that's also very cool. So yeah, hopefully that's a little bit of a glimpse of my writing or my reading. Okay, so number 4, did you know you wanted to write Christian fiction? Okay, again, mine isn't, but you know, I believe that there are stories in me that I want to tell that have good messages and have, you know, strong women, capable women, feminine women. And that's what I kind of want to show the world, is that, you know, you don't have to be tied down by either being feminine or this, you know, strong heroine, you know, saving the world. You can kind of be both. Okay, number 5. How would you say your writing affects your relationship with the Lord and how you view the Bible? Honestly, I don't really know if I have an answer to this. I will say God's given me the stories. He's given me the desire, and I'm going to do what I can with it. That's one of my gifts. And as long as He gives me these stories to tell, I'm going to keep telling them. Okay, number 6. Is there a sense of responsibility when it comes to writing Christian fiction to be faithful to the message of Christianity? Do you see it as being a stressful or difficult part of writing, or as a great opportunity to share God's love? If I did write Christian fiction, I think it would be I wouldn't say difficult, but it would be meaningful to know that you put that message in there to share. And I guess heavy would be a good word for it. To want to make sure that you do have some responsibility to do, to portray it the right way, if that makes any sense. Like I said, for mine, I do have a bit of a sense of responsibility in that I want to have that same beliefs and that same message and morals that I believe in my stories, even if I don't quote scripture in them. So I do still have a bit of that, I guess the weightiness of trying to have a good message in my tales. Okay, question number 7. What makes Christian fiction different from other genres? Since I read a lot, I'm going to go as a reader. The biggest thing is the presence of God and the Bible and the Christian message throughout it. A lot of times they're a lot cleaner. It's not that you won't find clean fiction outside of inspirational, but inspirational is definitely going to be clean. It's going to have a lot more of a message, a lot more of scripture, things like that. Number 8. How is it different from writing regular fiction? How is Christian fiction different from writing regular fiction? Like I said, the message, the putting God in, putting the scripture in, that. But at the same time, I don't think there's all that much of a difference between writing that and writing like I write regular fantasy and just having those messages in there anyways. It's just almost like another character I think you would write in than really changing the story much. Number 9. What are some challenges to writing Christian fiction that might not be challenges for writing in another genre? I think one of the biggest challenges would be finding the scripture and making sure it's quoted correctly, and all the copyright rules with certain Bible translations, things like that. I think that would be the hardest part, honestly, more than anything else. Number 10, is it harder to write Christian fiction? Okay, like I said, can't answer. I'm sorry. I don't think it would be if I had that story in me. And, well, you never know. We'll see. And number 11, when strangers ask you what you write, is it ever difficult to explain Christian fiction? Do you struggle to share your faith in these situations? Okay, again, it's another question I don't really know how to answer. I don't think it would be a struggle to share because it is part of me, and if I'm writing that genre, it's part of what I write. Like my story, I am very, very proud of my character, my heroine, and the fact that she is this mix of this, kind of Mulan style warrior, and at the same time kind of a Cinderella princess. She enjoys both and she can be both, and I think it's something that means something to me. So if I was writing inspirational fiction with scripture and all that and the other, I don't think it would be quite as hard to explain as some people make it out to be. So anyways, so that is that. Okay, so that was the questionnaire. This was fun. Hopefully this kind of got you a little bit more of an insight into my writing a little bit. Sorry for not being able to answer them completely, but like I said, I am a Christian and I am an author, and even if God isn't a character present in my stories, his message is still there. And I hope I can reach out to a few people to help them feel confidence in who they are through it. So that's my that's my questionnaire for today. Now I am going to I'm going to put in the comments Heather Manning's video so you can go back and see hers and her answers. And as for me tagging, I am going to tag, I'm going to tag my friend Emily Vantana to have her do the questionnaire. And I am also going to tag Miss Karen Whittemeyer, since she's one of the most recent authors I've read. And yeah, let's see where this goes. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me on this fun adventure. Sorry the video is a little bit longer than normal. And I will see y'all next week for another Bookaholic Ramblings book review. Until then, have a wonderful day. See y'all.